So we've been doing this paydirt thing now for like 4 years. We've had a lot of really good successes, a lot of really fun paydirts come out. But there was 3 that for one reason or another, they just didn't pan out. Pun intended. And this first one, it was going to be epic, epic, epic. What do you think? You think the water's cold? Let's go find out. Welcome to Nugget Falls. So Mendenhall Glacier, it's just one of those really, really special places in Alaska. And I truly thought it would be one of those big paydirts like White Horse or Coyote Creek. But we got up there, we gathered quite a bit of dirt for the day with my team, my staff. Number 2 colors. Got it? All right, we just got here, first pan. There's about 6 colors in that pan. I want this vial full before we leave. Let's go. How long have you had to learn to pan, and we're still struggling?
About 4 years.
We're still struggling.
4 years.
We can do a lesson at the shop like every day, and when we get to this most iconic spot, we're still having a teaching moment. And then we just never made it back. We never made it back to that specific area of Alaska, and Mendenhall River flooded.
Oh, there goes.
Yeah, that was a crazy thing. So I just shelved it. I just shelved this paydirt until today. We're bringing it out today. We have enough material to let this last for a while. What's going to be special about this bag is it's a 1 gram bag, 1 gram guarantee, but half of that is going to be a nugget. We're going to make sure that every paydirt has a ½ gram gold nugget in it. Okay, so the next bag is a place that's very, very special to my heart, Coyote Creek, and we just ran out of Coyote Creek the first run that we did. We knew we were going to run out eventually, and so we went back. We went back to Coyote Creek because this place, it just calls to me.
It's calling me, like the rainbow. It's calling me, like the rainbow. The rainbow.
And this time when we went back to Coyote Creek, it was different. It was different than how we expected. Of course, we didn't go in with too many expectations, but it was different. Different time of year. The whole pit looked different, and the excavator was down. Sure is quiet here compared to when we were here last.
Yes, it is.
But they still got the pumps going.
No water though.
No water. This time of year. I know. All that was water. Hello, old friend. Okay, so we were back here last June. We did a little sequence. I never actually drove this thing. I don't know how to drive an excavator, but this is like saying hi to an old friend. We spent a little time together, made a video together, and she certainly has dug a lot of dirt. Looks like she's having a little bit of a leak going on. I'll have to ask Tim about that, but I think it's part of the steering, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, these things are expensive to run and expensive to own, and that's just part of mining. And I think Tim told me at one time he found like $10,000 over a summer of gold, and then surprise, this thing needed fixed. Cost about $10,000. So that is the joys of mining. But we appreciate all she's done here at Coyote Creek. So with the excavator out of commission, there was no way we were going to get a scoop of that bedrock paydirt that we got the first time we were at Coyote Creek. But Tim made it up to us big time. He offered us what was called the upper shelf. This is a layer of dirt that's really different from the stuff on the bottom. And this stuff was one of those mudslides that happened a million years ago.
So here on the face we see several different layers. This is a layer that's primarily clay, but here is actually a rock that's decomposed in the sand and gravel, and it's just clay now. Here's another one right here. Here's another one right here. And so this has been here for eons of time. There's been enough air to get to it to oxidize and turn into clay. Now at the bottom of the pit, we got nice solid rocks out of there, but that's because the oxygen is lower down there, and it just hasn't been able to oxidize and be reduced with moisture and oxygen. However, right here is what we're testing right now. This layer is most likely much newer. This clay layer was here, and then a flood came through and deposited this gravel. Notice these rocks are solid, and here's kind of the edge of the clay right in here, and this has become what they call a false bedrock. Now we know on the solid bedrock at the very bottom is a good layer of gold, but sometimes there's false layers. In other words, we're 20 feet, 25 feet to the real bedrock, but at one time the creek flooded over here, and it could have made a deposit of gold in this layer, and that's why I'm testing some out. We were told that at times this particular layer that continues around here for some distance carries better gold than this clay, although once in a while in this clay he found larger pieces, but not as good as when we get down to the bottom. And so in mining, it's not hard to find some gold. We already found a little flour gold this morning, but finding quantities, payable gold, that's a trick, and we're trying to isolate it out. It's possible that if this tests well, we'll carve out this, run it to the plant, and this material we'll refill the old ponds with it and not even run it, you know. We'll make some tests with the machine, and we'll use a little high banker right now to make some preliminary tests.
They were finding really good gold in this certain layer of the upper shelf, and we were able to get, I don't know, half a truckload, you know, about 300, 400 pounds of that upper shelf dirt, and that's what's in this new round from Coyote Creek. So this was going to be the original Tom Bomker collaboration paydirt that we put out like a year ago, and it just got shelved. We got too busy, and I told Tom we'd get it out eventually. And then the holidays rolled around, and we decided to do the Bohemia holiday paydirt 107% Rye, which was a fantastic paydirt, and and we shelved this one until now. So this will be offered in a 1 gram guaranteed bag as well on goldnuggetsales.com, and we should have a good amount of this. We won't run out of this too quickly. And finally, the Paydirt. I've kind of let this cat out of the bag recently, given a bunch to the reviewers, Dylan and Vendetta and Bayou, John R. and Carson. I sent 5 bags out. But this is the gold from Farcom Hill, and it's the French Gulch. It's the area, it's the gulch next to Farcom Hill and the Wire Patch gold mine, and that's where they started discovering Farcom Hill. This is the French Gulch, and this is where they were finding some of that really fascinating wire and leaf gold that eventually led Henry Farcom up to that hill to discover Farcom Hill, the largest gold specimen to ever come out of Colorado, and just an incredibly fascinating story with some of that Farcom Hill gold that we have on our website. But today, this is for my Paydirt crowd. From the prospectors that have been metal detecting this whole area for 35 years, we have some very fine wire gold. And so the best thing to do with that is recreate a Paydirt of what the prospectors found here 120 years ago, which led them up that hill, and that's that really fine wire gold. Recently, and if you've watched all the videos I just did on Farcom Hill, I'll link maybe 1 or 2 up here. You know the story of Farcom and how beautiful and well crystallized and rare that gold is. So all the little fine wires in here I was trying to recreate by gathering up some of that dirt in the French Gulch, trying to recreate that panning experience that they had in the beginning, that Harry Farcom had in the beginning before he hiked up the hill. So I gathered dirt from there. The gold is coming from the Prospector. The Prospector, who for the last 30 years has been prospecting up there, metal detecting. And as he was etching those, little tiny bits would fall off here and there. He collected all that. I bought it from him, and that's the gold that's going to be in this Paydirt. There's also some wire gold, just pieces that I've collected from different locations that I think belong in this crystallized gold. So it's going to be mostly Farcom Hill gold and then some different wire golds. All of it crystallized, all of it really beautiful stuff. In fact, in this bag, I'm including a jeweler's loop. A jeweler's loop, everyone should have one of these anyway, but if you're going to really appreciate the gold you pan out of this bag, you need to be able to see it up close. So if you order a bag of this, these are, I think I had to up the price $2.50 or something per the bag for the jeweler's loop. Trust me, you want one of these. So that's it. The 3, I think they're epic. I think 3 epic Paydirts that have been on the shelf. They've been ideas we've had and just we haven't been able to bring them to market for one reason or another until today. So these are going to be over at goldnuggetsales.com. Limited quantity, especially on this one. These 2 will probably be around a little bit longer. Each of them has a story. Each of them's really special to us, and I hope you enjoy one or all of them. So I'm going to leave it there. Appreciate you. Be well. Much more to come in 2024. Thanks for letting me share these with you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.